Welcome again, dear friends. This is Dawn Boyani Sandberg from femtechonline.com, and today we're going to talk about going low or no contact after the narcissistic discard. How can you hate and delete people and be on the journey toward inner peace? Forgive everyone, clear the karma, recontact them and heal it. Tell them you hold no negativity, even if you didn't like what they did. They are not their conduct. Everyone that you had some connection with, your exes, family, siblings, even if they have died, their karmic traces live in you, so heal it. Show appreciation. Maybe you shared some good moments. Heal it all. You are powerful. Your love, your compassion. Learn from the ones that trigger you. Shed light on light. Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, Crestone, October 2023. This quote was from one of my spiritual teachers on retreat this year. He's speaking to the callous tendency for people to have a very low tolerance for conflict and to use social media to be blocking and discarding people wantonly. He actually suggested for us to unblock people and even recontact all old exes, friends, and relatives who we may be estranged from and heal any hurt, conflict, or karma. Furthermore, he wanted us to do this even if they have passed. Heal it in your mind or ceremonially. I agree with him, and one of my other teachers told me that part of your bodhisattva vow is that we are obligated to resolve conflict or pain with someone if we can, even if it wasn't our fault. I wrote an article about living and dying without regret. This is very noble. A true Buddha's mind and heart would always be open, vast, compassionate, and welcoming, with no karmic entanglements. This is a very big however when it comes to relating with narcissistic people. The normal relational rules change dramatically. Idealize, devalue, discard, hoover. Rinse, and don't repeat. Most of us understand by now the basic patterning of what it's like to have been in contact with a person who is high on the narcissistic spectrum. Unfortunately, people with these disorders are not capable of having healthy, supportive, equitable relationships. Narcissistic or antisocial people are caught in a painful, repeating cycle of love bombing, idealize, and then devaluing and insulting you. And when you confront them or can see behind the mask, they will usually have a narcissistic rage or injury right in the midst of the emotional attack, which can be brutal. They will typically block or discard or silence you. Then there are the infamous smear campaigns to justify what they did, and sometimes they will try to hook or hoover you back into their lair for another cat and mouse batting. There is no way to break this pattern, and there's nothing that you can do to heal it by fixing them. Let me repeat, there is no way to break this pattern, and there's nothing that you can do to heal it by fixing them. Narcissistic or antisocial people flourish by having a target of blame to hide their hidden shadow. They often have an inflated, grandiose sense of self and can do no wrong, have no empathy, conscience, or accountability. They very rarely ever seek help or therapy, and apologies are typically used as a manipulation tactic to hover you back into this cycle. I really believe that there are even sadistic tendencies. They actually enjoy knowing that they have power and control over you and receive narcissistic supply by you staying hurt, disempowered, or even disabled. It's not about love, it's a game of who wins. As much as we genuinely love this person, appreciate them, and are hurting, we're simply caught in a very powerful, toxic trauma bond of longing to heal. However, there's no way to heal it rationally with a person who is disordered. Narcissists and antisocials are different. We must see that and love ourselves enough to get out. The only way to heal is to stop re traumatizing ourselves and rebuild our inner foundation that was broken by being in contact and being emotionally vulnerable to a narcissist. Reality testing list. There are a few ways to heal if you feel an overwhelming amount of unprocessed grief and emotion after you've been discarded. One way is to write a long letter to the narcissist, never send it, and then burn it ceremonially and wish them well. Secondly, since we were emotionally gaslit, it's hard to remember all the hurtful things that transpired. So it's a good idea to make a reality list of the hurt, abuse, and their disordered conduct. Keep that on your phone and read it whenever you feel any hope that you could resolve it with this person that hurt you so thoroughly and deeply. The first list, name it, "This is not love, this is a trauma bond." Then, in contrast, write a second list called "I call in genuine love." In the second list, talk about the qualities of genuine love and respect that you would like to create in your life and in all relationships. 5 ways to go no contact. Going no contact with a narcissist can be challenging, but is often necessary for your mental and emotional well-being, and healing cannot really begin if we keep exposing our nervous systems to harm. I know it's hard and seems uncompassionate, but we must know and finally admit that these people do not love us. Here are 5 ways to go no contact with a narcissist and why it's important to heal. Number 1, block communication. Block their phone number, email, and all social media accounts. Make it difficult for them to reach out to you. Number 2, set boundaries. Inform mutual friends and family members about your decision to go no contact and ask for their support in not relaying messages from the narcissist. Number 3, remove triggers. Get rid of reminders of the narcissist, such as gifts, photos, and belongings that may evoke painful memories. Number 4, seek professional help. Consider therapy, counseling, or coaching to help you cope with the emotional aftermath of the relationship and develop strategies for healing. Number 5, focus on self-care. Invest in self-care activities that promote your emotional and physical well-being. This may include exercise, meditation, journaling, and spending time with supportive friends and family to rebuild your emotional and physical well-being. Why it's imperative to heal after narcissistic abuse. Number 1, recovery from emotional abuse. Narcissists engage in devastating emotional abuse, manipulation, and gaslighting that can damage or break the foundation of our being. Healing allows us to regain our self-esteem and self-worth. Number 2, break the cycle. Going no or low contact breaks the trauma bond and cycle of abuse and codependency, allowing you to build healthier relationships in the future. Number 3, your mental health. Narcissistic abuse can lead to depression, anxiety, physical problems, PTSD, and CPTSD. Healing is essential to address these emotional and mental health issues and move forward. Number 4, personal growth. Be grateful that this happened. Why? The process of healing can lead to personal growth, self-discovery, and genuine spiritual evolution. You can learn from the experience and become a stronger, more resilient, and compassionate individual. Number 5, protect your well-being. Fall in love with your life. Prioritizing your healing helps protect your overall well-being and allows you to live a happier, more fulfilling life. You can give yourself the love and care that you are longing for in the toxic connection. Certainly, going no or low contact with a narcissist can be a crucial step in protecting your well-being and emotional health. Additionally, understanding concepts like gray rock and low contact or yellow rock can be helpful in managing interactions with a narcissist. It can be very difficult if you're in a painful divorce with someone like this, or if you have to co parent. It might not be possible to have no contact. And in that case, you can do something called gray rock, which is short, curt, minimal words with no emotional response. Tina Swithin from onemomsbattle.com coined the term yellow rock, and that means that you use a similar, flat, non emotional response as in gray rock, but in yellow rocking, you include social niceties like, hope you're doing well, have a great day, so there's not an inference of passive aggression. Gray rock and low contact yellow rock. Gray rock. Gray rock is a technique used when you must have some contact with a narcissist, such as in co parenting or work situations. It involves becoming emotionally unresponsive and as boring as a gray rock. You avoid showing strong emotions or engaging in drama, making yourself an uninteresting target for the narcissist's manipulation. Low contact or yellow rock. Low contact means limiting contact with the narcissist to the bare minimum necessary, typically for legal, social, practical, or unavoidable reasons. You reduce communication to what is strictly required, avoiding unnecessary engagement to minimize exposure to their toxicity, and include the basic social formality. Both gray rock and yellow rock or low contact can be strategies to protect yourself from the negative effects of a narcissist while maintaining some level of interaction when going fully no contact is not possible or practical. I know from firsthand experience this whole process is very difficult. We always want to see the good in people, and we always long to resolve conflict. However, we must understand thoroughly that narcissistic or antisocial people actually thrive on conflict, and no resolve is possible. Internal no contact, where it really matters. Having been discarded, we do tend to ruminate, and it never feels resolved. We have to find a way to uncover inner peace, health, and wellness, even after this type of abuse. No contact isn't just about social media blocking, it's about not giving that person any more mental or emotional energy. There's an old story of two celibate monks who encountered a beautiful woman at the foot of a small river that they needed to cross. One of the monks offers to pick her up and bring her across the river and drops her off on the other side. After about a mile of walking, his friend says, "You know, it's against our monastic vows for you to have picked up that woman like that." The monk replies, "I dropped her off a mile ago. Why are you still carrying her with you?" The ultimate no contact is to let them go from your mind and heart. We can wish them well and pray that through education and social awareness that we learn to spot these types of people and don't get entrapped by toxic people or patterns. It's also important to remember that healing and seeking professional support from a therapist, support group, or coach are crucial, regardless of the level of contact you maintain with the narcissist. With education, no contact and self-care, very deep and profound emotional and soul level healing over time is not only possible, but probable. Warmest healing wishes to all in your recovery.